on. Anyways, hi everybody. Welcome to an interview with my best friend. This is your host, Josh, speaking. Today I have a very special guest, Hayden. It's just Hayden today, nobody else.
Hi, Josh. First time listener, long time caller.
Long time ago.
um,
That bit never gets old.
yeah, we've never done that before on the podcast.
Not once.
Josh, what are we talking about today?
Oh, we're talking about some non controversial stuff at all today. Just Star Wars and our opinions on Star Wars. It's gonna
I
be
was
great.
I was thinking about this on the drive over, on the drive home, because you said this is what we were going to talk about, and I was like, I really hope he doesn't ask me about the sequels because I have only seen each of them once. Like I saw it when it came out in theaters, and I was like, "Yep, this gets the Hayden stamp of it's a movie." uh, except for the last one, 9.
That does not get the stamp of it's a movie.
Well,
I mean, technically it is.
so here's my thing. I remember having a very strong adverse reaction to it,
Oh,
but
same.
I don't remember why. Does that make
Well,
sense?
no, I completely understand that, and we can get into that later.
Okay.
But what I've carefully crafted
Oh God.
is I went on to tiermaker.com because it's a great website. It's a great website. You can rank a whole bunch of shit on that website. And they have a template to make a fucking alignment chart. And as you may know, an alignment chart has 9 areas. And as you may know, there are 9 numbered Star Wars movies. So it fits very perfectly. And for those who don't know what an alignment chart is, there are 3, it's like a 3x3 box. Vertically, it's all like the 3 categories are lawful, neutral, and chaotic. And then going from like top down, it's good, neutral, and evil. So you have everything from lawful good to chaotic evil. And I've done us the liberty of assigning each movie to what's to its corresponding alignment based off of if this is somebody's favorite Star Wars movie, what does this say about them?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm tracking. I'm in.
So hey, what would you say your favorite Star Wars movie is?
It's probably Star Wars Episode 6.
Episode 6. Okay. Mine personally is the classic Empire Strikes Back. It's what most people agree with, and it's great. Everybody knows that.
It's solid. I love Empire Strikes Back. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I just like 6 more.
Because I have Empire Strikes Back locked in at lawful good. And I have little comments after explaining my thought, like explaining what that means.
What does that mean, Josh?
Lawful good just means that is the professional, conventional, and sound opinion of most of the fan base. Like that is just like 99% of the fan base is like, yeah, Empire is probably the best movie. Even if they like disagree with that, like if like it's not their favorite, they're like, yeah, it's probably still like the best one. I just prefer another one. And like you said, Return of the Jedi. Well, good news for you, Hayden. I have that as the neutral good, which, if I were to explain my thought process, is equally as practical as lawful good, but just not as conventional. Like, not as many people are going to be like, yeah, Return of the Jedi. It's the best one out of all 9 of them.
Do you want to know something super weird? I think I tweeted this maybe did we talk about our personal alignments on the podcast?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, if we did, sorry. If we didn't, great. I'm about to. I think it was a tweet, honestly. I think that like if I was to break down my alignment of me as a human being,
Mhm.
I think I'm neutral good.
Yeah, that I feel like that's pretty standard for most people. Most people I would say are neutral good because they want good things. By most people, I mean like 51% of people. Um,
I don't
uh,
know.
a, a good,
I'm cynical.
true. A good amount of people are probably neutral good.
Yeah.
A commoner in Dungeons and Dragons is ranked as neutral good
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
they don't do anything actively bad normally to like harm anybody, but also they will bend laws like on occasion. Like they don't make a habit of it, but like if there's like jaywalking stupid. Like
You hear that, ladies? I bend the laws.
bends the laws. Ain't no laws.
Oh man, I don't have a white claw. I can go get one.
No, you're good. Unless you want, you can crack open a cold one right now.
No,
Okay.
I'm
I
okay.
was like, that'd be
It's
annoying to edit out,
it's
but we could
it's
do it.
it's Thursday. I'm not trying to turn
It's
up on a Thursday.
club going up
On
on
a
a Thursday.
Thursday.
um,
Okay, but yeah, so that's why I think it's funny that you ranked or not ranked per se, but like you allocated episode 6 to being neutral good, and I
yeah.
see myself as neutral good. Correlation.
Um, so I figured I was just gonna like move across, then down to like the new, like move across the good tier, then down to the neutral tier, move across, then go down to the evil tier, and that's how I was gonna explain my thought processes for this. So moving on to the chaotic good option, I wanted to pick a movie that was impractical but fun, and is somewhat unconventional for like people to say is their favorite of the saga of movies. And I thought there is no better movie to put in this chaotic good category than Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Like if somebody told you that Revenge of the Sith was their favorite movie, they'd be like, yeah, like story wise, whatever. But look at all the fucking memes that have come from this movie. It is so goddamn fun to just like watch with other people that people have made entire dubs of it, like translated to
I
traditional
remember that.
Chinese
I
and then
remember that.
translated back into English. So good. Such like it is by far the most memeable of all Star Wars movies, bar none.
I think I saw like a cut of it on YouTube where it was like episode 3, but it's only the memes, and there was still
Yeah.
most of the movie there.
Yeah, it was like
Like,
almost an hour long.
yeah.
Like it's like Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Like I can't have a bad time watching Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
For like honestly, like it's just so much fun. Like and now to be fair, it's
To
not
be
the
fair.
most fun to watch all by yourself.
No, no,
But if
no,
you're
no.
watching it with friends, it's a riot every single time. And I just appreciate that of Revenge of the Sith. That
There
speaks to just
is
how memeable it is.
there's an environment that you need to create before you watch Star Wars episode 3. You need to have more than 3 people in the room. And each of those people needs to have had 3 or more alcoholic beverages. So I call it the rule of 3. It's the 3rd episode. You need 3 people. You need 3 drinks. You're good to go.
At the very least, for each
It's
of those
like
things,
it's like
except for the episode.
It's like Herman Cain's 999 policy, but way better in every single way.
Yes, the late great Herman Cain. Dear God.
My man.
Yeah, I just so far, I think we're in pretty good like agreement of those alignments with those
Oh, yeah.
movies. I think they fit.
I'm vibing.
It seemed like you thought that I may have been going in a different direction with Chaotic Good.
Yeah.
What did you think I was going to go with there?
I knew it was a prequel, but I was torn on
Hmm.
whether it was the first one or the third one.
Hmm,
I
that's
knew it
that's very
wasn't
fair.
I knew it wasn't episode 2 because there's no way.
No, I went so I'll explain that a bit later when we get to the Phantom Man.
The
But
Phantom Man.
oh, but I felt like chaotic good is always like a very enjoyable, like even if you have like chaotic good player at your D&D table, they're still a very enjoyable player to be around. And I just felt like for most of episode 1, it's not enjoyable.
Fair.
Like
Also,
a lot of episode 1 is just flat acting in front of green screen environments, and it makes me sad because there's so many good actors in that movie.
it's true. Also, another reason I agree with that statement is because Talius, my first D&D character, was chaotic good.
Mm-hmm. I feel like most people's like first D&D characters either like chaotic good or chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Just because like it's their first time playing and they just want to like do things without having to like.
Yeah. It's the frivolity.
Yeah. But be smart and don't use the alignment system when making characters, because alignment is rigid and arbitrary, and you should just make a character that is able to grow.
Also, whatever character you make for the first time, whether you see it or not, is just going to be you. So,
oh yeah, for sure. Anyways, moving out of D&D. We're not talking about D&D.
Get out of here.
Or are we? Because we're talking about alignment charts.
Yeah.
Lawful neutral. The description I have on lawful neutral, Hayden, is more traditional or stricter than the standard opinion.
This has got to be episode 4.
So the standard opinion is Empire Strikes Back, and you are 100% correct. I put A New Hope over here. Just like if you watch like the original version of New Hope, which you can't do legally because no, who knows? If you watch the original version, yeah, the original cut of A New Hope, you cannot watch legally.
Why?
The only releases of A New Hope that you can watch are the releases post 1999, no 97, when George Lucas added a whole bunch of CGI to A New Hope, and it looks bad. It looks really bad.
It looks bad after, or it looks bad before?
It looks bad after. The added in post effects that Lucas put in to A New Hope just do not make it look good. It looks so much better in its original pretense. But that being said, I love A New Hope. I think it's really good, even with those additions and Han not shooting first for some goddamn reason. Yeah, that's something that he edited. In the original version of A New Hope, Han shot first.
Oh.
And not in the version now, Greedo like says something. I think it's like McClunky or something like that. Fires his gun, and you see like they edited Harrison Ford's neck to just like skirt out of the way of the like laser, and he fires afterwards. It's so dumb. I hate it, but I'm not talking about that.
So that's why Han shot first is a meme.
Yes, because he in the original cut he did, because he wasn't a good person in the first film, and that's okay because his character has an arc then. Whoa.
What?
Wow. But I love A New Hope. It's honestly a fantastic movie. Like everything about it. Like it could have just been like that one movie. That could have just been the only Star Wars. And that would have been fine.
Star Wars. Just one.
Star Wars singular.
The war to end all wars. I think like, somebody said that once.
It is a nice, just enclosed story. Like that didn't need to continue. I'm glad it did, because I love like all of the movies to a certain degree. And yeah, I just feel like that is definitely like, it's a more traditional approach to like looking at the movies, and it's like, well, you wouldn't have ever gotten Empire Strikes Back if you never had A New Hope. So that's why A New Hope is the best. And I can understand those people. They're wrong, but I can understand those people.
That sounds like that sounds like something that stupid annoying kid from the Polar Express would say.
Yeah, 100%. You are correct. Actually, you have my six pack. Great podcasting. So moving right along, this movie I had I when I was looking at like all the movies, like True Neutral, when I just like was looking at a blank screen, I was like, okay, what the fuck am I gonna be putting there? And so I looked up like different definitions of like what true neutral could mean. And the one that I just like set like kind of like came to like an agreement on how like the definition should be for true neutral as it regards to like this. And it's just a basic opinion, nothing. This tells you nothing about a person. And I put The Force Awakens. Because like it has a lot of similar things to A New Hope.
Yeah.
And also, like, if somebody came up and told me that their favorite Star Wars movie was Force Awakens, it literally tells me like nothing. I'm like, okay, interesting. What about it did you like? Have you seen the other movies? I just want to know.
Well, in that one they blow up 5 planets instead of just one.
That's true.
So that's I don't know. I'm spitballing.
Yeah, no, I just don't like. I don't think I've ever like. I don't dislike The Force Awakens. It's a fun movie. I enjoyed it when I've seen it, when I've watched it. But I personally don't know what to make of like that being somebody's favorite movie. It's just like,
yeah, it's like,
really?
So just like I said,
that's the one.
That movie has the Hayden stamp of that's a movie. And if I met somebody whose favorite movie was The Force Awakens, I would be like, you get the Hayden stamp of you're a person. You're definitely a human that exists. Yes. Good job.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's pretty much like how I feel. Like, especially for that one, I'm just like, oh, okay.
All right.
Cool. I'll watch it. Like, it's fine.
That's the person at the party, like you're at a dinner party or like you're at like a bar or something, and like it's an event, and that's the person that like he's like, oh yeah, I know Jerry, but nobody knows who the fuck that guy is.
Yeah.
It's like, who do you know here?
Jerry, cool.
Oh, you're friends with Jerry? Wait, who the fuck is Jerry?
Jerry.
Jerry, sorry if your name's Jerry. I'm not trying to like that. I just threw a name out there. It doesn't mean anything.
I'm
it's
not
not
sorry.
Oh shit, Jerry, you got beef with Josh.
Who are you?
Jerry,
I want to know. Please put in the comments.
Who the fuck? Jerry.
Put in your Apple review. Tell us who you are. Tell us your favorite social security numbers.
Jerry, we only need the first 9 digits of your social security number. I promise.
Tell us the first 9 digits of your social security number, and if you'd be so kind, tell us your mother's maiden name.
Also, the first car that you drove, where you went to elementary school, and the name of your first pet.
Just do it, Jerry, please. This is now a Nike ad. Just do it. This episode brought to you by Nike, apparently.
No. I love Nike, but I don't think we could say that. Nike, what's up?
What's up? If you're listening, Nike.
What's up, baby girl? You trying to throw some money over here?
You trying to sponsor? You trying to do a sponsorship over here? Is that what you're doing? Yeah. Anyways.
I agree.
Moving on to chaotic neutral, which I have described as deviant or impractical, but not terrible, aka stirs the pot.
Uh-huh.
And I could think of no better movie than The Last Jedi for this,
Okay.
because so many people have just a hatred for this movie
Uh-huh.
that I personally don't understand. I like The Last Jedi, but and that might just like anybody who's like, oh, Star Wars, like they're talking about Star Wars on the podcast, and they get to what the 20-minute mark in this video, and they hear that I say I like The Last Jedi, they're probably gonna click off because like he doesn't fucking know what he's talking about. He's not a
Yeah.
Star Wars fan.
I
Um,
should make the sound bite for Instagram for this video. I should make it you saying that, and then no one will listen to this episode.
Just that's perfect, honestly. Like you
But
should.
okay, I feel a little bit dumb right now, so please remind me. The Last Jedi, that's the 9th one, right?
That's the 8th one.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
no. We'll talk about the 9th one.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie to you, Josh. I don't have like a concrete memory of the 8th movie. And when
That's pretty much the one where like Luke he drinks like green milk out of like that creature thing.
Oh, yeah.
And like he fucking astral projects himself to the other side of the universe to protect like the resistance,
Yeah.
which I thought was
Okay.
pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much, if you meet anybody who's like, oh yeah, my favorite movie is The Last Jedi, they are literally only saying that to get a rise out of somebody.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
somebody is Star Wars Twitter, because there's no bigger hive of scum and villainy than Star Wars Twitter.
Really?
It's such a toxic place, if I'm being completely honest.
Well, I feel blessed that I didn't know that because I love Twitter. Twitter is like a good environment for me personally. And here's why I think that is. I don't think I follow enough people for it to become toxic.
Let's see. So you don't like have a favorite sports team or anything like that. So you don't follow any like sports teams or anything like that.
Nope.
So you don't see the toxic fan bases for those sports teams like I do
True.
with the Broncos.
True.
You probably don't follow like topics like Star Wars or like Harry Potter and like other like big franchises like that. So you don't see the toxic sides of those. I don't know if you follow any like the D&D Twitter isn't all that toxic. So like even if you were following like people on D&D Twitter, like that community is mostly positive.
Yeah.
So
I do see a lot of D&D stuff, but I think it's mostly just like because we have so many D&D people in our lives.
Yeah, it's probably mostly me retweeting and liking shit.
Yeah. And then it's just like,
if I'm honest,
we think you would like this. And it's like, this person liked this. My Twitter consists of mostly YouTubers, Spanish YouTubers, especially. And so gay Twitter.
Delightful.
It's not like I don't follow anybody.
So you get a lot of like Lil Nas X like on your timeline.
No. I mean like I don't follow anyone, but people that I follow are like really big into gay Twitter. So it'll be like this, I'm not gonna name drop. This person liked this photo, and it's like this physically pristine man in his underwear and nothing else. And it's just like every 5 posts is like one of those. And I tweeted about this the other day, actually. Gay Twitter, I have never felt more confident in myself and body dysmorphia at the same time than when I see a post from gay Twitter. It's yeah. And then
that's fair.
And then the podcast.
Yeah, my Twitter feed consists mostly of like Denver Broncos news, NFL news, and then unfortunately for me, the YouTubers that I really watch are like movie like review YouTubers or like movie commentary YouTubers and stuff like that, and then that just attracts a whole dumb hive of people too. But that's pretty much my Twitter, is just and then a whole fuck ton of D&D stuff.
Yeah.
like the bad role play ideas. Like I like every single one of those because they're all great. They're not shitty at all,
But they're all bad.
despite what they say. No, they're all great. So we've saved my favorite row for last.
Yeah.
Because I love talking about these god awful movies that are in this bottom row.
I noticed that we haven't talked about episode 2.
Mhm.
We haven't talked about episode 7.
No, we talked about episode 7 is The Force Awakens.
Oh yeah. We haven't
we
talked about episode 9.
And we touched briefly on episode 1.
Yeah.
How do you think this bottom row is going to shake out? Like, who do you think will be lawful neutral,
Okay.
neutral evil, and chaotic evil?
I'm gonna say chaotic evil is episode 2.
Okay.
Actually, that's tough. It's either 2 or 9. I'm gonna say neutral evil is episode 1, and then the other one is gonna be whichever one doesn't shake out from the.
Interesting. So I want you. I want like firm guesses on those like outside ones.
Okay, chaotic is 9.
Okay, and then lawful is 2.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, lawful evil I have described as relatively conventional, but harmful or stupid.
Oh wait. Okay, this might be episode 1.
I have episode 2.
Okay, thank God. Whew.
Because like I have heard the argument of people being like episode 2 is the best prequel film. I've never heard anybody say
prequel
it's the best Star Wars film. Not in my life have I heard anybody ever say episode 2 is the best Star Wars film. This
that
whole bottom
is the
row,
sound bite for Instagram. That's the sound bite. Star Wars episode 2 is the best Star Wars film.
Perfect. This whole bottom row, I have never heard anybody ever say, "Oh yeah, this is the best Star Wars film," because it just would like that person is just wrong. They are wrong, and they know they're wrong by saying that.
Yeah.
My justification for lawful evil for Star Wars Episode 2, a Star Wars film, is that Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, at least like I can see why people would like it only because it gets us the Clone Wars animated TV series. It introduces like that kind of stuff into it. And that's why I put that in lawful evil. Not because it's good.
Right.
Nobody actually likes this movie. Right. It's very boring. But very dumb.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I can see that.
The main villain's name is Count Dooku. That's just a dumb name.
And then he dies like such a little bitch in the third movie. It's like
he does. Like he's like built up as like, oh, he's like this master swordsman. He's super scary. And Anakin like beats him 20 minutes into episode 3. It's like, what was the point? George, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Sorry, I just looked at my description for neutral evil, which we're gonna just gracefully segue into right now. And my neutral evil description just plainly says unconventional and unwise, or even dangerous.
Okay. Was I right?
Star Wars Episode 1.
Dab on him.
Like this movie, it's painful to watch, and it's not just because of Jar Jar. It's like Jar Jar hurts to listen to mainly, but like I don't know how George is such a bad writer that he wasted the talents of Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, Keira Knightley's in this movie, um, Sam Jackson. I'm probably forgetting. No, I think those are like the main like big actors in this movie. But it's like how like and how do you waste like that much acting power in a movie? Like you made Samuel L. Jackson's character in this movie just kind of lifeless. Samuel L.
Mhm.
Jackson should not be playing a lifeless character.
Yeah,
But it's, Samuel L. Jackson is larger than life.
it's
The
true.
man says motherfucker every 10 minutes. He's contractually obligated.
It's like God was making Samuel L. Jackson. He was like sugar, spice, everything nice. Motherfucker. Oh God damn it.
Oh
Oh the
god,
cat.
oh
Oh the cat fell off. Fuck.
But like, and not only did he like waste all those amazing actors, and like he's the writer and the director, like, and he was the writer and director in like the original trilogy too. But the original trilogy, those actors rewrote his lines because they're like, George, you suck at writing dialogue. We're gonna make these sound like not dumb people. But I think the reason that that didn't really happen for the prequels is because like a lot of the actors outside of like Liam Neeson and Sam Jackson were like really young, and like this was like their first big movie.
Yeah.
So like they didn't feel like they could rewrite the script or anything for a legendary director like George Lucas.
Yeah.
But at that like same thing, George Lucas should direct them better to have better reactions and act better.
See, this is something. Okay, I want to take like, I want to take my tangent right now.
Oh, go for it.
The an interview with my best friend Hayden's tangent trademark.
The trademark Hayden tangent, yes.
Yeah.
I'll
So
put a little thing over
I
here.
I talk to people about this all the fucking time when it comes to movies. Like, so I recently saw A Quiet Place Part 2,
Mhm.
and it was a great movie. It was good, suspenseful.
That's what I've heard.
Everything about it is great. But I'm not gonna don't worry, I'm not gonna say any spoilers or anything. Here's what I am gonna say. Because it's too new. It like just came out.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time this episode drops,
It'll be fine.
it's probably water under the bridge, but still, I'm not going to ruin it. So here's what I am saying. There were so many times in the movie where I was like, in the moment, I was caught up in the movie, so I didn't really notice. But after the movie, I was like, huh, this thing
You
is.
know what that's called? It's called a refrigerator moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like you open the fridge like later and you just like are thinking about something, you're like, well, that doesn't add up. Wait a second. What
Oh,
the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
And you're just like you're like front lit by the glow of the refrigerator, and somebody like walks in and like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, close the refrigerator. Anyways, go back to your tangent.
So this is like a refrigerator moment, but it's like, imagine this. You are a cell phone while you're watching the movie. And while you're watching the movie, you are off. And then when you come out of the theater, you turn your phone back on. You know how you get that flood of notifications? Well, I just got this flood of refrigerator thoughts.
Mhm.
And I just said, holy shit, this thing is full of plot holes. Because there are so many things that they did or said, like whatever, these circumstances or whatever, either didn't match the first movie. So like wasn't consistent with the lore of the first movie.
Mhm.
Just straight up fucking dumb things that happened. uh, that could have been very easily fixed in a different way that was already like pre-established.
Oh, for sure.
Just a wide open plot hole. Just like I said, I'm not gonna just go watch it. You'll see for yourself. And then like plot devices that are just so obvious. Like there's one character specifically, and his entire purpose, his entire existence is to drive the plot. And there's a certain point in the movie where they run out of plot. So this character fucks up in a very major way to create more plot. And, like I said, I have nothing bad to say about the movie. It was a great movie, very visually pleasing.
So that's the thing. Like, even if you have like those major plot holes and everything, as long as like the performances in the movie are like good and like compelling and everything like that, they're easy to like gloss over.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it 100%. But here's what I'm saying: why aren't these movies being vetted? Why? Like who, like with this George Lucas shit, who watched the prequels before they got released and said, "Yep, release these to the public. These are great."
So Hayden, I'm just full of fun facts and trivia about the Star Wars saga in
You
general.
are, and it is alarming. But keep going.
Yeah, I love that it's alarming to you. I don't know why.
I
But
didn't know you knew this much about Star Wars. I'm thrilled.
oh, I'm very obsessed with Star Wars. But Star Wars Episode 1 was supposedly done in one draft. One
See,
draft of a script.
That's so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a big smashing success? Yeah, duh.
It was only a smashing success because it was the first Star Wars movie in 16 years.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only reason.
Yeah. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter because it's like this movie literally built in an entire generation of Star Wars fans. Because
very true.
You and I were super fucking young. We were just little babies.
Our dads were excited to expose us to Star Wars.
Yeah. So our dads, of course, took us to see this fucking movie.
They probably hated it. We loved it.
They probably hated it. We loved it. We saw Jar Jar Binks and we were like, that's the fucking greatest thing I've ever seen.
That's the funniest guy I've ever seen.
I'm just a dumb kid.
This is why kids should not be allowed to give their opinions online because they're wrong.
Yeah. I think anybody never mind. We'll talk about this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say it.
Fuck it. Go for it.
I think anybody under the age of 9 should be banned from posting anything that they think in their mind on the internet.
Oh, true. They'll regret it. They will so regret it. We're really helping them.
I honestly like that's probably like not super like I don't know.
I don't think that's too like controversial or anything. I think
yeah. I just think there's probably some exceptions where people are like, I'm 9 and I'm really smart. But I'm just saying, like, the majority of people,
if you're like the next
under,
fucking Albert Einstein and you're 9 years old and already graduating from college, I guess you can post online.
If you are Greta Thunberg, you get a pass.
Yeah, that you're the only person. But even you're older than that now, so it's whatever.
Yeah. How old is Greta Thunberg now?
I have no idea.
It's whatever.
We'll put like I'll put like a thing in here.
Right here.
Just right here. Right there. Oh, bro, can't see my hand, so whatever.
Oh, she's like older than us somehow. Like, wouldn't that be crazy?
And she just like skipped the timeline, jumped ahead of us.
She's like, I solved time travel because you idiots wouldn't stop killing the planet. It's like, Greta, always looking out for us.
Thanks, Greta.
But so I'm not done with my rant. I'm sorry. I apologize, Josh. I really am sorry. But who is not vetting these movies? Like, okay, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Man was done in one. It was done in one take. That's fucking fantastic. Here's my rationale. If you're gonna do something in one take, it needs to be consumable. Here are things that you're allowed to do in one take: a poem, a rap song. That's it. A painting, I guess.
Yeah, but sure. Even then, like most, like there's touch-ups and everything. So like,
but even like, take your time, and it'll probably be good. Also,
but he had 16. He had 16 years.
Yeah.
After Return of the Jedi, at least I'm fairly certain that is the correct math.
Yeah.
To the Phantom Man. What happened? Like, did he forget? Because like not only like is it written poorly, or like the actors like giving flat performances, it's just boring.
Mm-hmm.
What had What had George so horny for politics in 1999?
George
Like,
Bush.
no, it was still Bill. Oh, Bill was still in office. That's what it was. The horny president.
Bill was getting a blowy under the table, under the Resolute
George was like,
desk. And George was like,
shit.
we could make a movie about
Politics
this.
sell. let's talk about trade disputes for
Okay.
an hour and 50 minutes.
So thanks to Josh's fun fact trademark, Star Wars Episode 1, the Phantom Man is vindicated. That means that episode 2, episode 3, episode 7, 8, 9. Where's the vetting, George and Nolan?
Who's Nolan?
Wait, who directed those?
Are you talking about like Christopher Nolan did not direct any of these movies?
That's just I just thought of director.
It
Christopher
really
Nolan.
good if Christopher Nolan had directed some
Wait,
of these. Let me tell you.
Was it? It wasn't Spielberg.
No.
Who was
So
it?
the prequels were all George.
Yeah.
The sequels, 7 and 9 were J.J. Abrams.
Oh yeah.
And 8 was Ryan Johnson.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan. But no, like just hopping back to The Last Jedi real quick. I have problems with that movie too, but it's just so weird that Ryan Johnson can make that movie and then a couple of years later make Knives Out.
So
and Knives Out is such an awesome movie.
is Ryan Johnson the guy from Deadpool?
No.
Oh. Who's that?
Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds.
No. He's in Deadpool, but he's not Deadpool. He's the blonde guy at the bar.
Oh no, that's some other guy. TJ Miller.
Oh.
Completely different people.
Bro, I'm all fucked up. I don't know shit about celebrities.
See, you're not on that side of Twitter. That's why I educate you.
Wait, I need to look up a picture of Ryan Johnson.
While you're doing that, let's get into chaotic evil.
Yeah.
So chaotic evil, obviously. Yeah, you're very wrong, aren't you?
So not
Don't worry, I'll put comparison pictures of Ryan Johnson and TJ Miller.
not only this is so fucked up. I am gonna be canceled after this by our audience. Not only did I think that Ryan Johnson was somehow the guy that played Deadpool's friend in Deadpool, but also I thought it was spelled like Ryan Wilson from The Office, Ryan Wilson, that Ryan. I thought it was Ryan Johnson, but spelled the same Ryan. So, because I just typed in Ryan and it came up with Ryan Wilson. And now I just feel like a jackass. So I'm so sorry to everyone involved. Everyone, if I have said your name out loud today, I apologize to you directly.
Well, I accept your apology. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, one last thing I wanted to just touch on with the Phantom Man because it makes me angry. Why did they kill Darth Maul?
Right? Well, so
Darth Maul would have been such a good like villain for like all 3 movies. Would have given Obi-Wan motivation for all 3 movies. It would have been great.
That's why they had to bring him back in Clone Wars, bro.
Yeah. Which I mean, I like him in Clone Wars. He's great. But it just makes me mad because those movies just could have been so much better. Speaking of a movie that could have been so much better,
let's do it.
Rise of Skywalker is our chaotic evil entry.
All right, so I'm just gonna say it.
Oh, let me say like what the descriptor is, Hayden. It's very funny.
Okay.
Unrealistically absurd and idiotic.
Is that it?
That's it. That short, sweet, to the point. If this is your favorite movie, I don't know how to help you.
I think that should be
go to a mental institution.
That should be the title of this episode.
Unrealistically absurd and idiotic.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
just kidding. This episode's actually really good. That wouldn't make sense. But okay, so here's my thoughts on episode 9. What the fresh hell? Actually, this is stale. What the stale
Yeah,
hell?
what the stale hell? It does. Like,
This is like bread that is like 1 day away from molding, but it's stale.
mhm.
It's
I have so many
crunchy.
problems with this movie.
This movie is trash.
This movie just makes me mad, honestly. Um, First of all, like the one thing that I loved about The Last Jedi is that they made Rey like a nobody, which I thought was really cool because that just meant like the Force just like rose up very powerfully into a random person, made it mystical, like the Force should be. And this was like, nah, she's Palpatine. Explains everything. See, everything's connected in Star Wars. You have to be related to somebody powerful to be powerful. It's like,
Yeah.
it's fucking stupid. Um, Another thing that makes me mad for no reason is fucking Palpatine shooting a fucking Kamehameha wave into the sky and blowing up all those spaceships with his lightning. It's like that just look it looks dumb because it is dumb. And Palpatine being in this movie is dumb.
Palpatine died. Get over it.
Yes. Like,
Liberals, you lost. Get get over it, you libtards.
Palpatine 2021.
Oh, um,
I there's a specific line in this movie that I was thinking about the other day, just because I'm like, how did this get? Like you said, who vetted this? How did this get into the movie?
nobody. We've already
because
established nobody's vetting these movies. There's
the
nobody.
line is Poe at one point. It's just like somehow Palpatine returned. And I'm like, what do you mean somehow? Show us how. That would
See,
make good movie.
and this has been so I've actually said this, not maybe on the podcast, maybe not. I don't remember. Here's the thing about the sequels. The sequels contain so many fucking things. Like they say so many like one-liners, like zingers. They just like throw them out there.
Mhm.
Like the whole backstory with literally everybody on the sand barge. The entire situation, how the fuck they get there, incredible. Every single story about every single character about how they got to that point, way cooler than the movies that they actually were in.
Yeah.
Like that planet full of like whatever the fuck, you know what I'm talking about. Am I thinking of the wrong thing right now? They go to that planet and it's full of those really cool people. It's like, how did they get here? It's like, oh, we were refugees or something
I think
like
I know
that.
what you're talking about.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
like
They bring up all these cool stories or like
everything that's referenced like as like a backstory. It's like, well, show us that. That seems really cool. That seems really interesting.
everything
Don't show me
Poe
this.
says.
This is boring.
Everything Poe says in the casino when he's like talking about his like when he was like out there running, you know, doing crazy shit. All of those stories are way fucking cooler than whatever the fuck is happening.
Like a spice runner or something, like Han was, and it's like,
yeah,
show me that.
it's
Speaking
right.
Of Han,
Speaking
of Han, I really love Solo, A Star Wars Story. I personally think that movie is very underrated, and people
same
like hated on the guy who played Han too much for not doing like a Harrison Ford impression. I think that would have made the movie dog shit if he had tried to do a Harrison Ford impression, because the Han impression that he does is so charming and I love him.
Controversial opinion. The only person who should do a Harrison Ford impression is Harrison Ford.
Wow. You got it right there.
Sorry.
Like, the sequels frustrate me because they should have planned it all out.
And they could have.
They could have. They should have and they could have. Like, you can have different directors for each movie and still have a plan. There were different directors for the original trilogy for each movie, and they all tell a very cohesive story.
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't this planned out? Like, I like all the characters individually. Like Kylo Ren is actually a very good character. He's like the one character that has like a consistent arc through the 3 movies, and I really like his character. It helps that he's played by Adam Driver, and Adam Driver is absolutely amazing. But like, I just feel empty watching this movie. Like, if this is your movie, get help. If this is your favorite movie, get help. Go to therapy.
If it's not your favorite movie, go to therapy.
Go to therapy. It's been a few episodes since we've told people to go to therapy.
I know, yeah, it has.
If I were to lob in like the spin-off movies that they've done, probably throw like Rogue One into like the neutral good.
Oh yeah, I love Rogue One.
Rogue One's
solid.
Rogue One is really solid. The last 45 minutes of it are absolutely amazing. The first chunk of it is good. But
Han Solo.
Han Solo, I probably put in chaotic good. Like, not everybody's going to agree with that, but it's just a good time. It's just fun.
It's just fun
to watch.
Isn't that
what Star Wars should be? Star Wars should just be fun.
Can you just...
And Mandalorian is in lawful good.
Yeah. Like, if you don't like...
I know it's not a movie, but
Han Solo, then can you just take the massive telephone pole out of your ass for 3 seconds?
Just 3, please.
Just 3 seconds. That's all I'm asking. You can put it right back up there. I'm sorry.
No, I love it.
And then just shut up. That's it.
Shut the fuck up.
But,
shut up.
Yeah, Mandalorian. Fucking love that shit. That really Fridays my Garfield, man.
It really Garfield's my Friday.
That really jubs my jub. Jub.
So yeah, that's our alignment chart of Star Wars movies. I hope you all enjoyed that.
I loved it.
And I could talk about Star Wars for another hour if you let me, but I don't think anybody else wants to listen to me rant about Star Wars for another hour.
This has motivated me to do more as like I want to come up with like a fun thing about Star Wars and then have you react to it. And the reason why it'll be different is because I just don't know as much as you do. That's become very clear to me. Like, we tried to make a podcast about Star Wars, and I somehow brought up Ryan Wilson, which just means that I have no business being in this episode. I would just like to point out that if I wasn't in this episode, it would be just as good. And I mean that sincerely.
In your defense, I don't know a lot of people who know as much about Star Wars as I do.
That's fair.
Which if you look at my YouTube history, it's all like people talking about movies, and most of those movies are either the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
because it's my personality. It's basic as hell, but I'm living it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. This was amazing. Thank you for letting me ruin your episode.
Oh no, you didn't ruin it. You enhanced it.
And
hey, you got the whole bottom row correct, and I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. If you want to see more Star Wars content from us, let us know.
Or more tier maker stuff, let us know, and I'll throw together more tiers that are sure to anger people.
I'm not like a big tier guy, but Josh loves making tiers.
I fucking love this shit.
And I live vicariously through him, which is almost as good, but not quite. So actually, should we like leak a little bit of info maybe to them about what we have in the works?
I think we should keep it a surprise.
Oh shit. Well, you don't get to know now.
They don't get to know yet. They get to know that something's coming, but they don't get to know yet. It's
listen
like
up.
when Nick Fury shows up in the end credit scene of Iron Man. He's like, I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. And everybody's like, why?
Buckle up,
And then like they don't
buttercups.
get to know anymore until the Captain America movie comes out like 4 years later.
Yeah.
So not saying that you'll know what we're hiding from you 4 years later, but maybe 4 weeks. Who knows?
Well, Josh, he's the big wig. He said you're not allowed to know, so you're not allowed to know.
It's not.
So
You're not allowed to know until episode 15.
wait, I don't think we're on the same page. But that's okay. I'm vibing. We'll talk business
Of
off.
season 8.
Oh, oh God. All right, so Josh has something up his sleeve that like he's like thinking so far ahead.
While Hayden's playing checkers, I'm playing 8-dimensional chess.
Yeah, literally. I was just gonna say like we now I know I'm safe to say this because there's no way what I'm about to say is gonna even come close to whatever you're thinking in that massive mega mind of yours. So I was just gonna talk about how on our next episode we're gonna talk about fan questions.
Oh yeah, that.
That's all. And then you're like
Forgot
bringing up
about
this,
that one.
you're like bringing up this monumental thing. I'm like, geez, good Lord. So next episode, it's going to be, we asked you questions on Twitter and those questions were ask us questions. So we're going to be reading your questions.
We're starved for your content.
And I think there are four or five. I think there's 4, but I also commented, which doesn't count.
But you are a viewer, so
that's true. But anyway, it's irrelevant. It's all water under the bridge. Josh, again, I just really want to stress this. This was so much fun.
I'm glad you had fun listening to me rant about Star Wars for an hour.
Like I said, when I sat down, I was a little bit apprehensive because I was like, I'm going to be straight up. The last 3 movies, kind of a blur. And then, I
was
think,
like, nah, fam, I got you.
For a little bit of time in there, I think you were like relaying the events of the sequels. And all I could think about was Rogue One. And I was like, oh, I'm in deep water right now. I'm like drowning. But I stuck with it.
It's just there's that fucking meme of like the Chad at like the baseball game and he's like this like next to the lady. That's just me to you. It's just like, well.
For the audio listeners, I just made my best Chad impression where I did the kind of like flexing with the smolder kind of,
It was delightful.
But no, seriously, Josh, thank you so much for this idea. This was amazing. And I don't care what the audience says. I don't care if they want more Star Wars. We're gonna do it again. Because this is an interview with my best friend, not we listen to all of our followers.
I'm just gonna pull up a bunch for the next Star Wars episode. I'm just gonna like ask you like this Star Wars character, are they real or fake, and give you a name.
I will fail, probably. Josh is gonna be like Leia Organa. I'm gonna be like fake. Nope. No, I'm not that stupid, but I am pretty stupid. So
who knows? Maybe I'll throw in some Old Republic stuff just to throw you a bone.
Oh yeah, bro.
The best Star Wars content.
Can we please talk about KOTOR? Can we just like
next time, baby?
Yeah. We need a whole episode dedicated just to KOTOR.
And how amazing it is.
Please and thank you. Well,
anyways, we love you all. We love your walls.
Love you all. Love you all. Guys, gals, non-binary pals. We love you.
You know what to do to get the entries into the giveaway. You
Just
don't need
watch-
us to tell you again.
Just watch the last episode.
This
or
is
if
like
you-
episode 70 of season 2. You know by now.
Yeah. But definitely do those things. And thanks for your support. And thanks for clicking on stuff. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Smoky is no here. Oh,
Oh,
recording in progress. Oh, yes. Thank you. Ooh,
ooh.
gives me chills every time.
Not only does it give us chills every time, but we make a comment about it every time. And I feel like if we ever don't make a comment about it, something is wrong.
Well, what would I put at the end of the video if we didn't make a comment about it? Like,
What if
it's tradition.
what if we had like something actually planned that we could actually like put at the end though?
Oh, so you're saying like we're gonna go full MCU and actually like plan, like have our big like stingers at the end and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. That would certainly be interesting.
Okay, so quick, think of a stinger right now that we could put at the end. We still have time because this isn't that long even yet. So I think my stinger is going to be today I got Taco Bell and I don't normally do that.
Whoa. I don't have a stinger.
Damn.
Damn, son. Anyway.